Hello, it's Thursday! So what you see here is our project for the month of December. Now, there is only 2 weeks until Christmas, but I am going to break this up into 4 parts, with the last part being released on the 23rd of December. Now, the notes for how to create all 4 pieces will be live on my Patreon ahead of time, so I will leave a link in the description for anybody who wants to check that out. So this week we are starting with the tiny reindeer, because while I'm only using 1 reindeer to pull my sleigh, I do want to give you all as much time as possible to make as many as you'd like. Also, I know I did a reindeer last year, but this one is half the size to keep it at scale with the rest of the pieces. Okay, so before I talk about what you're going to need for this week's part, I'm going to give you a quick overview of what you're going to need for the entire project.
So we'll be using 8-ply or DK 100% acrylic yarn for everything. I'm specifically using 4 Seasons Marvel for my main colours and just stash busting the rest. I'm lucky enough to have a couple of different shades of red and green that I can use, but you can use the same red and the same green throughout. So the 4 main colours you'll need are red, green, white, and brown. 1 ball of each will be more than enough for the whole project. You'll also need small amounts of pink or a skin tone, yellow, black, and a couple of colours for the presents. We'll be using 9mm eyes, and you'll need 2 pairs, 1 pair for Santa and 1 for the reindeer. However, you can easily just sew on eyes if you would prefer to do that instead. We'll be using our 3.5mm hook for all pieces, and you will also need a small amount of cardboard for the sleigh just to reinforce the sides. This is just the side of a cereal box. Okay, now let's talk about the tools and materials you'll need for the reindeer. For this pattern, you will need 8-ply 100% acrylic yarn in 1 main colour. Because my dark brown doesn't show up very nicely on camera, I'm going to be using orange today. You can also use a second colour for your antlers if you'd like, and I'm going to be using my dark brown for that. You will also need a very small amount of red if you want to make a Rudolph just to stitch on his nose. In addition to this, you'll need 9mm safety eyes, your 3.5mm hook, pins and needles, scissors, and some stuffing. But that's it. Okay, so we are just going to ignore the bridle or reins today, as we're going to be making that part when we make the sleigh. So I'm going to use a yellow background here to help you tune it out. This reindeer is constructed with 3 main parts. We make the head and body all in one piece, then 4 identical legs, and lastly a couple of ears. Now he's currently carrying around Santa's arm for comfort, and I guess that's really my fault for leaving my practice bits lying around. Try not to let it distract you. We are going to start by making his legs. So we're going to start at the tip of the toe, work up a couple of rows, and then work a puff stitch to give a little bit of a shape to the leg. We then finish working all the way up. All 4 legs are worked in the exact same way, and none of them are stuffed at all. Okay, so grab your main colour, and we're going to start with magic ring. And this is the problem with stash busting. This yarn is dead. Hold on while I find a different colour to work in. And there we go. So starting again, we're going to work up the first 3 rows. At the start of row 4, we are going to work our first puff stitch. Now, I've used puff stitches to make details throughout these patterns, so you are going to get quite a bit of practice as we go along. So you start by yarning over and insert your hook into the stitch. Yarn over and pull up a loop. You should now have 3 loops on your hook. And you're going to repeat, yarn over, insert your hook, and then yarn over and pull up a loop until you have 11 loops total on your hook. You then yarn over a final time and pull through all the loops on your hook, and chain 1 to lock the stitch in place. Now you can see this leaves you with 2 sets of loops on top of the stitch, and you should be sure to only work in one of them in the next round. We then continue and work up the rest of the legs. Alright, so with that leg done, we're going to make 3 more exactly the same way. Alrighty, with the legs done, we're going to pop them to one side and start working on the body. We work the body, neck and head all as one piece, starting at the butt. So the first 3 rows are pretty standard, but then at the start of row 4, we're going to do something I call an increase 3. So what that means is you work 3 single crochet all into the same stitch. And then we're going to work 17 single crochet to finish off the round. Then at the start of row 5, we're going to be working something I call a decrease 3, which means that we're going to decrease over 3 stitches. Once again, we're going to finish up that row with 17 single crochet. We are then going to work 6 rows of 18 single crochet around, which should bring us to the end of row 11. So at this point, we're going to start working short rows to shape the curve into the neck. And we're going to do that by not working the whole way around. Basically, we're going to work a certain number of stitches, then chain 1 and turn, and then work back along the way that we came. So we're going to start by doing 17 single crochet. And then we're going to chain 1 and turn, and work 12 single crochet back along. Chain 1 and turn. And we're going to do that kind of thing for the next couple of rows until we reach row 16, which is 2 decreases. In row 17, we're going to work around the opening. So we're going back to working in a spiral now. So first up, we work 3 single crochet down the ends of those rows. And then we're going to do 7 front post single crochet. So to work front post, what we're going to do is work around the post of the stitch, not through the loops. And because it's front post, we're going to insert our hook from the front of the piece, underneath the post, and then back to the front of the piece. And then work a single crochet as you normally would. Now what front post is going to do is help pull the neck up into the correct position instead of letting it flop forwards. So that should bring us to the other side of the opening. We're then going to work 3 single crochet up the other side of raw ends. And then the final 2 single crochet go into the 2 decreases from row 16. So your opening should be 15 stitches around in total. And we're now going to work 3 more rows to help build up that neck. So that's where the neck is going to end, and we are going to continue on and make the head as part of this piece as well, but first we're just going to stop and stuff that body quite firmly. And I'm going to stuff all the way up to the neck opening. And now we're going to start our second lot of short rows. So once again, we're not going to work these rows the whole way around. We'll be chaining 1 and turning at the end of each. And what we're working up this time is the curve at the back of the head that's going to allow our face to face forward. And what's kind of really cool about these short rows is I first used them in last year's Christmas pattern, and that mouse pattern from last year is the very first time I had ever tried using them at all. And now I use them in nearly everything, so it's just a fun little thing to kind of go back to them for these Christmas patterns as well. Okay, so the short row should take us to the end of row 26. Now, we did chain 1 and turn at the end of the previous row. So in row 27, we are going to work around the opening again, just like we did in row 17. So we're going to start with 2 single crochet, and they go into the 2 decreases we worked in the previous round. And then 5 single crochet down the ends of the short rows. Front post 5 single crochet across the front to form the base of the neck. And then 5 single crochet up the other side of the end of the short rows.
you should have worked 17 single crochet in total. So in row 28, we are going to work our antlers. And if you're like me, you're going to be working those in a different color. Start with 2 single crochet to get to where we want the first antler to be. So what we need to do is actually change to our new color in the stitch before the puff stitch. So I'm going to frog that last stitch. I'm going to start by inserting my hook into the stitch, yarning over with my old color, pulling up a loop. So I have 2 loops of the old color on my hook. I'm then going to pull up a strand of my new color so that it's running along parallel. I'm going to pinch the new color at the base of the stitch, then yarn over with it and complete the single crochet with it. So that should leave me with a completed single crochet in my old color, but my new color is on the hook ready to go. I'm then going to start working the puff in the new color. So same as I did on each of the legs, I'm going to repeat my yarn overs until I have 11 loops on my hook, all in the new color. And at that point, we're actually going to change back to our old color. So I'm going to hold my current color out of the way. I'm going to pull up my yellowy orange color and yarn over with it, then pull it through all 11 loops on the hook, and then work my chain in that color to lock that stitch in place. So there you should have your finished puff stitch, and you should have gone back to your original color on your hook. We're then going to work around that opening to where we want the second antler to be. So that's 13 single crochet, and we are going to change back to our antler color in the 13th stitch. So to finish that round, we're going to work a second puff to form your second antler, changing back to our main color in the process. So there are your antlers all done, and we have 2 more rows to work to narrow down the face to 9 stitches around. And at this point, I'm going to stop and stuff the head.
Nom 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 nom.
And we have 2 more rows to work. Just like that. So at this point, we are going to insert our eyes. Now they do go into row 28, which should be 2 rows back from your current opening. And I've positioned mine with 3 stitches visible between them, but you can move yours around a little bit until you're happy with their placement. We are then going to work the last rows to just finish closing off the face. And finish off. I'm going to weave my tail around through the remaining 6 stitches and pull tight to close, and then tuck that end away inside. So there is your finished head, neck and body piece, and I'm going to pop that to one side with my legs. So last but not least, we need to make 2 ears. Now I'm making these in my main color as well. I'm going to start with a magic ring of 4 single crochet, but I'm not going to pull that loop tight just yet. And instead of working in a ring, I'm going to chain 1 and turn. I'm going to work 4 single crochet back along my original ring. Then I'm going to chain 1 and turn and work 2 decreases. Chain 1 and turn and work a final decrease and finish off. And I am going to leave a long tail when I finish off because it'll make it easier to hide that end. I am then finally going to pull that magic ring tight, and you'll note that that should curl your ear over into a good little ear shape. I'm then going to weave that long finished off tail in and out throughout the ear until it's back at that curved base so that I'll be able to hide it away inside the head and no one will even know it's there. And I'm going to make a second ear just like it. So now we have all of our pieces made, all we have to do is a little bit of assembly. So we're going to start by using that little bit of red yarn to stitch on a nose. Of course, if you're not making Rudolph, you don't have to worry about this. So next up, what we're going to do is pin our ears next to our antlers. Now make sure that the tips of them are pointing upwards, because otherwise you'll end up with a sad reindeer. And finally, we're going to pin each of the legs to the body, making sure that the neck is on top and that all 4 feet are touching the ground when he's standing. So for today's reindeer, I've decided to pose his legs as though he's walking, whereas on my original one, I did just do him standing, so all 4 legs pointing straight down. And you can kind of decide what you want to do there, but I would suggest making sure that he can stand up on his own, so that means all 4 feet are touching the ground in some way. So with all the pieces pinned on, I'm just going to take some of my yarn in my main colour and I'm going to stitch around the top of each of the legs and into the base of each of the ears to firmly anchor all of the pieces. And there is your finished reindeer. Now in the next part, we're going to be making Santa's sleigh and the reins for your reindeer. And I hope to see you then. Okay, bye!